Rambam ends with Hilchas Malachim, the last halacha, the last perek. There's two parakim speak about Mashiach. The perek Yud speaks about Melech HaMashiach, and the perek Yud Beis speaks about the Zman. Beis HaZman. So at the end of the perek, Beis HaZman, Lo yiyeh Hashem lo rov v'lo milchama. There'll be no hunger. Days of Mashiach, no hunger, and there'll be no war. There'll be no jealousy or competition. Because there'll be so much of abundance. And all the sweet things will be as plentiful as the earth. And the occupation of all of humanity will be only in the knowledge of Hashem. And therefore that will be Kol HaElam. The Rebbe was medayik that it goes and even Umus HaElam. And therefore what's going to be with the Am Yisrael, that the Am Yisrael, the Jews, will be big chachamim, v'yedim dvarim astumim, and will know the hidden matters. V'yasigu das beiram k'fikeach ha'adam, and will be able to understand the knowledge of the Creator to the greatest of human capacity. Shenemar, as it says in Yeshayahu, ki mola ha'aret de'as Hashem kamayim layom lechasim, that the world will be full of knowledge of Hashem as water covers the seas. To say a few words, but the hemshach to the siyum, as Rabbi Kramer mentioned, different milas about limud Rambam, as the Rebbe said, Kedim called the union of Achdus Yisrael, through limud HaTeira, and especially through limud HaHalacha, and especially through limud HaHalacha, something which is Keil Kol HaTeira Kula. There's another union the Rebbe mentioned a number of times. This is just one of the times. This is from the Shavuos Tavshem Memei, and the Rebbe said that I don't really need to mention this, but still, I can mention it again, even though it's Dover Pasha to Muvin Lakol, which is that in the Chiyuv of Limud HaTeira, that according to the Alter Rebbe in Hilchas Talmud Teira, that the mitzvah is to know the halachas of all the Taryag mitzvahs with all of their details, with all the prate halachas. And as the Rebbe brings down from the Hakdamas B'nai HaMachaber in the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, that the Alter Rebbe said, Herich Avinu Adoneinu Mareinu V'Rabbeinu Zal B'Chibura Hilchas Talmud Teira B'Mitzvahs Yediyas HaTeira Shecheva Al Kol Echad MiYisrael, that it's an obligation on every single Yid Leida Kol Taryag Mitzvahs Upirushein, that it's an obligation to know all of the Taryag mitzvahs, including all of their details, all the Prat halachas. And as the Rebbe is Meirich, that the only sefer that exists that enables one to learn all of the Taryag mitzvahs with all of their details is to learn Mishnah Teira. You won't get that from learning Bavli, you won't get that from learning Yerushalmi, you won't get that from learning any other sefer, only in Mishnah Teira. Is it possible? And as the Rebbe explains with Pratis, as a Mugad Sikha from Chelek Lamed Vav, where the Rebbe speaks that the only way that I have in the Inyan of Limud HaTeira, we have Taryag mitzvahs, we have mitzvahs d'oraisa. So we know that Teira, as aside from having the Mailu, we have Teira and we have mitzvahs. We have in Teira Guf, in mitzvahs itself, we have a mitzvah of Limud HaTeira. In the mitzvah of Limud HaTeira, it's Hilchas Talmud Teira, the Alter Rebbe spells it out. And the Alter Rebbe says that the Shir, first you have to know Taka what to do, and the person has to know how it is to keep the daily halachas atzrichas, as the Rebbe writes in so many of the Igros. To know how it is the person could be able to conduct his life according to the Shulchan Aruch, and therefore you have to learn Orach Chayim, to know what it is to do. But in terms of the Shleimus and the Inyan of Limud HaTeira, a person has to know all of Taryag mitzvahs, all of that pratim. Hechad Shleimus, you know, with the reasons. But first, the Rebbe says, if you want to learn all the Taryag mitzvahs with all the reasons, first after you know the Taryag mitzvahs, first after you know all the Taryag mitzvahs without the reasons. If you don't know the Taryag mitzvahs without the reasons, you're never going to learn the Taryag mitzvahs with the reasons. So that's the first thing you have to do. You have to learn all the Taryag mitzvahs as it is in Sefer HaRambam. And this is something which the Alter Rebbe is also meirich. That we don't see so much in the Alter Rebbe quotes from many from Rishonim, Nachreinim, about the necessity of chazering over one's limud, that it shouldn't be forgotten. And that's not when you have a machzer, noch a machzer, until you go it over 30 times. And you keep going over it, so it comes more and more into one's memory. I just wanted to take the opportunity. I won't be meirich, but there's a new program. It's not ready now, but there's going to be a program that's going to start for those that are learning. As mentioned before from Rabbi Kramer, that there are 3 different storim, maslulim, about how to learn the Rambam, about learning 3 prokim a day to finish approximately every year, and to learn 1 parak a day and finish approximately every 3 years, and to learn Sefer HaMitzvahs for those that are unable to learn one of the other 2. So it's obvious in the Rebbe that the preferable way is to learn 3 prokim a day, but if for whatever reason the person is learning 1 parak a day, there's going to be a program starting with the 1 parak a day Seder gets up to Sefer Nezikin, which is around Chof Hei Od Rishon, if I'm not mistaken. There's going to be a program coming out with a Seder in terms of Chazara and questions and review to enable a person not only to learn Rambam, but to remember Rambam, the Inyan von Yediyas Kol HaTeira Kula, to push it, know it in a gruntik, to be able to chazer it over and know it and have it in the way that the real mitzvah, as the Alter Rebbe says in Hilchas Talmud Torah, is that the person should know all of Tariq mitzvahs, with all the pratim, all at the same time to remember all of them. Okay, once you know that, then you have a mitzvah not to forget it. You have to keep doing the chazara. But it'll be set up, there's a system to do this according to the Seder, 1 parak a day. It's not chas v'sholem, anyone who's learning 3 pratim should go do less, but it's something that will enable every person to be able to do a series of chazaras, and to be able to go over. The person should not only learn the Rambam, but to know Rambam. And with all it is in the schus of Limud HaTorah and the befrat the mitzvah of Limud HaTorah, this is the only ways that Rebbe brings down to fulfill it. And even according to the Das HaRosh, as the Alter Rebbe brings down Das HaRosh, Hilchas Talmud Torah, that really one has to learn halachas b'tameyan. Nevertheless, one is yetz to this mitzvah of Talmud Torah. Even according to Das HaRosh and the Das of Admar HaZoken, through learning Rambam, even though it doesn't have time, you look in the Sikh of the Baruch and Chelek Lamed Vav. The schus of all this, we should be able to see, but Peil Mamish, we just read in the Siyum Rambam, that the Dasas Hashem should be filling the entire world. Kamayim Layom B'chas.